It's really warm for a Monday, but I've got the second project on the lathe for the book, and there's the first one. It's the little trinket box. Very pleased with how that's turned out. That was turned from Newtonia and leadwood. I said yesterday that it was blackwood, but it's actually leadwood. Also, what's going on in the workshop today, as you probably would have already seen, Les is turning some massive stuff for a designer customer of his. And Ligia is here doing her last day for her certificate in wood turning, and today is assessment day. And so far, it's 25 past 2 at the moment. So far, she's doing really well. There's one thing left to do today on Ligia's last day for her wood turning certificate. Now she has completed the assessment piece, and that is photograph each of the pieces that she has done over the last 8 weeks, and then send all of it off for the final assessment before the very, very final thing of presenting her with her certificate. So pretty much every week for the last 5 years, and plus before that, when Les was down at his old workshop, we've got a fantastic, lovely turner called Jonathan who comes and rents lathe space. And today he's just asked me to give him a little bit of a hand doing a little bit of an airbrush gradient on this very interesting looking lampstand. So we just need to do a very, very fine gradient from the edge here inwards, just a little bit, just a hint of the earth colour. So let's get the lathe spinning, speed it up just a little bit, do a little test spray on some kitchen towel, a little bit more than that I think, that'll do, and then we'll just put a little gradient you might be able to see that appearing. How's that?
Yeah, that's great.
I might put, there's nothing coming through. I'll do it a little bit more, just to make it a little bit more.
Okay.
There you go. How's that?
Yes, yes. Just right.
Excellent. And whilst Jonathan's doing his thing on the 2030 lathe, I'm on my lathe turning and photographing another project for the book. And this one is my little Japanese rice bowl. And we're at a point now where I'm applying the gesso, or the various coats of gesso, over the outside to give it its decoration. And I'm currently on coat number 3 of 4. One last thing to do today is check out a couple of new lenses to use on the camera. This one is a Canon EFS 24mm f2.8, which is giving me a nice sort of blurry background, which is awesome. Plus, it's also quite wide, which is good. So far, I like this lens. Wow. So this is the 10 to 18mm lens, and as you can see, it's got a much wider field of view than the 24mm. There's the 24mm lens. It's absolutely tiny, and I really like it though. I really like it. Let's try it at 18mm. There's the zoom ring. There it is. That way. Even 18mm's got quite a wide field of view, but of course it has its 18mm. But it is considerably darker in the shadows, I've just noticed. So there we are, back on the 24mm lens. It's really nice and small, nice blurred background. I'm liking that. Yeah, altogether I think both lenses were a good purchase. So what an eventful Tuesday it turned out to be. There's the little piece that I've been turning today for the book. There are the notes to write on its pages in the book, and there's the diagram. All done, and I'm very pleased with how it has turned out. And also had a visit from Paul and Anne, who are on holiday visiting their son. They've come over from Belgium, and it was an absolute pleasure to be catching up with them again. I last saw them in the Netherlands at Ronald Canner's place back at Easter, and then before that they paid a visit in 2018, so it was really nice to catch up with them again and welcome them to the workshop. Morning. It's Wednesday morning and I'm in the Hampshire Sheen Shed repacking our final international order that is going to Denmark. I say repacking because DHL lightly damaged one of the boxes, so they sent the whole lot back, and to say I'm frustrated would be a little bit of an understatement. So DHL damaged the box, or in fact they've actually damaged 2 boxes, and they've sent the whole lot back to me to be repacked. Will they pay for the time? Will they pay for the box? No, they won't. But other than that, I'm looking forward to a really nice day. I've got another project to do today, another project for the book, which will be good. It's a project I've not ever turned before, so that will be quite an interesting thing to actually figure it out sort of as I go along. So I thought you'd be interested in learning about the stickers that we have to put on the boxes. This one here, the black and white triangle with a Y in, indicates that it is limited quantities by air. This sticker here shows that this box is what's called an overpack, and inside are separate individual packages. This one here says what is inside, and that red triangle there that says flammable number 3, and this label here says what this is. So paint related material, and its UN number is 1263. I need to number the overpack, and this overpack is number 4. That cross refers to the line on the dangerous goods declaration, and I also need to write on there total net quantity 9 litres. There, that's it. Now I just need to put on some right way up stickers and the label on the side there that says where it's coming from and where it's going to, and then this box is all repacked. Well, it's Thursday now and I'm finally getting on to the third project of the book, which is my really cute little thistle shaped box. I couldn't do anything yesterday. I had a VAT return thing to do for the accountant as part of, well, just running a business and also closing down Hampshire Sheen, of course. So it was the last VAT return I'm going to need to do for Hampshire Sheen, which is really nice. Right. Time to get on with this, I suppose. here we go. Here is the little box that I have just been turning for the book project. I've got all of the photos that I need and all of my notes in order to put all of the information into the box's pages in the book. I'm really happy with how this little box has turned out. It's absolutely lovely, in my opinion. Friday, and things have been moving on apace with the book. I have just printed off the first sort of draft of the initial sort of 107 pages, so I can take it home and have a read and a little bit of a proofread this evening. And I'm very excited because this is sort of the first physical copy, as it were, of the book in existence. Everything else obviously is on the computer, so I'm very excited about that. I've got one more project that I want to try and get done today before I tidy up and get ready for a class tomorrow. Well, the wood on the lathe this afternoon is a little bit of a mystery. Les isn't sure what it is. I'm not entirely sure what it is. I think it could be rose zebrano or something like that, but Les seems to think it could be a very pale Paduke. But beside that, this piece is going to be turned into my Fibonacci bowl project for the book. So this piece is going to be sort of mathematically calculated with its step-by-step instructions in the book. So yeah, I really ought to get on with turning this bowl, because as we all know, it ain't going to turn itself. Well, there's another project in the can. All the photos have been taken, I've made all of my notes, and Les has found out that this piece of wood is actually Paduke, although it is quite a pale looking Paduke, but it is very nice. It turned nicely and it's taken a really super hard wax oil finish too. So that's pretty much it for the photography for the weekend. I can't do any more this weekend. I've got a class in tomorrow, as I've already said, and also Hampshire Woodturners are visiting the workshop to take it over on Sunday, but that's okay. I've got the RPT magazine to write this weekend, ready to go out on the 1st of September. That's it for today. I just need to tidy up and get it ready for tomorrow. Saturday, and today I'm running a bowl turning experience day, which I haven't run for a little while actually, but it's one of my favourite classes to run. We spend all day just playing around with a bowl for complete beginners. And today we've got some really super ash blanks to be using. So I expect we'll get the students obviously turning the bowls, but also, given the time we have, I expect there'll be time to do some colouring on the outside of the bowls and some really nice finishing as well. So I'm looking forward to today. So another week draws to a close here at the workshop, and another episode of Turner's Journey comes to an end. Today being Sunday, I have been primarily editing and writing the Register of Professional Turners magazine, The Professional Turner. It's due for publication on the 1st of September, and I've been putting in a few stories that have been sent in by members. Also in the workshop today, Les has been doing some of his turning for Wizardry in Wood in October, and we've had the Hampshire Woodturners Club coming into the workshop. About once a year they come and they take over the workshop for the day and they turn their own stuff. They do their own tuition in there and stuff, and they have a really nice day, and they go for lunch at the coffee shop here. And that's it for today. It's what? Nearly 3:30, so it's pretty much time to turn everything off, go home, edit this episode and get ready to upload it tomorrow and start filming the next exciting episode of Turner's Journey. Thank you very much indeed for watching. I do hope you enjoyed this series. Please do let me know in the comments, and if you are not a subscriber already, please do make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'll look forward to seeing you again next week for another episode. Cheerio, bye for now.